Ready. Hey guys, welcome to Prism Supply. This is Mitch here, talking about a new product we have for you. It's going to be a coil relocation bracket for a 98 to 03 Sportster. It'll come with everything you need to mount it. It'll end up being right here, tucked down nice and cool. You get rid of your coil mount right next to your engine. You get rid of your key mount wherever it's mounted on your bike, and you can tuck it all underneath your battery. Now we're gonna go and we're gonna install this on Matt's bike. He's behind the camera right now. First thing you wanna do is disconnect the battery because you're working with electronics. I've already went ahead and did that. And then we're gonna go remove the key switch and the coil wherever it's located, whether it's located here or under here. You're gonna take it off the bike completely. Disconnect the electrical connections from the coil, taking off the old spark plug wires, freeing the coil wires so they're just floating around, and now disconnecting the coil. So underneath the coil, holding it on, there's a bar that's threaded. You're gonna wanna save that because you're gonna need it for the other mount. So we're gonna run with the coil and key mount on this bike. So what you're gonna do is take the coil. With the bolts provided, you're gonna remount the coil on the bracket. Get it nice and tight down. Next step, what you're gonna do is remove that nut and that nut that hold the strap and the little rubber mount on the bottom. Now we're gonna run our wires. So these wires right here, we're gonna take and run them underneath the battery, along with the wires from this key switch. So we're gonna remove the key switch from the old housing, unscrew from the front, pulls it off, and that'll end up going right there. I might take the battery out just to make it easier for you guys to see what's going on. I've gotta get this wire underneath. Look at that. So that'll end up be right there. This will change depending on your situation, whether your bike the wiring has been messed with before, whether it's stock wiring. That's the most difficult part of the project, is figuring out if you have to extend, if you have to shorten, that kind of thing. So I think I'm gonna give these a nice rewrap again without the headlight wire. Okay, so now that that's free, I'll retape that up for Matt in a minute. I'm gonna feed that down behind the battery box and underneath. Hey, look at that. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken this wire that was up here, tucked it back behind the battery box, and ran it down underneath. And now we mount the bracket. So to mount the bracket, you're gonna put it on the rubber mount and the battery strap mount. It's a little tight under there, but I'm gonna leave it loose for now. And once I get the battery strap mount, I'll tighten everything down good. Now I'm gonna stick your key in through there. Make sure it's vertical, just for aesthetic reasons. They got a special wrench for this, but I don't have that. And then we're gonna connect our coil leads. And right now I'm just gonna loosely connect them, and I'm gonna pull the slack back up through the top and hide it under the seat, so there's nothing hanging down low. So I'll pull my slack back up through here, and then I'll just get tucked back in here. With this kit, because it's such a long run from the coil to the spark plugs, you're gonna need 2 of the spark plug wire kits. And you can see how to do this specifically with our video right here, right Matt? Over here. Yeah. Video over here on how to install our spark plug wires. So what I'm doing right now is just getting proper lengths to see how long I want to run it and where I got to cut everything. Same with these, I'm going to feed them back behind the battery box and down. Just figure out a nice routing position where everything's hidden and everything looks nice and lays nice. Okay, and that's the wiring. So now we put the battery back in. Okay, so this will go back through and then through the bracket as well, and that'll hold everything together. So now everything is loose fit in there. You can see it's still jiggling. What you're gonna go through is tighten everything down now that everything is in the right place. Okay, now I'm gonna get this bottom one under here. Cool. And now I'm gonna tighten these down too. The leads from the coil. Can't forget that, your bike's not gonna run. Ooh.
Oh, hello.
Don't do that.